What's up, gang? Welcome back to DizDad TV, and thank you once again for joining me here on the channel. I really do appreciate it. Today is another reaction video, and we're checking out the Disney Plus and Marvel series Hawkeye. This is episode 4, Partners Am I Right? If you want to check out my reactions to earlier episodes in this series, episodes 1 through 3, you can find those here on my channel on the homepage, along with any other reactions I post to other shows. Additional content ranges from parks videos from Walt Disney World, ride challenges, Imagineering videos, all sorts of content. Feel free to check that out if you like. Getting back into Hawkeye, not a whole lot to say about the series going forward. I didn't say in the end of the last episode. We're past the halfway point, and episode 3 was great. Great action, lots going on, car chases, hand-to-hand combat, bow and arrow action, hearing aids, pizza dog still around, Kate and Hawkeye's relationship furthering, big freaking arrows falling on bridges, pin particles, Play-Doh arrows, arrows, all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Don't know where we go from here, but looking forward to it, certainly. We ended the last episode with Jack finding Kate and Hawkeye, or at least Hawkeye. They're in the apartment. Ronin's sword popping out right in front of Hawkeye's neck, so I assume we're going to pick up there, get a little bit of a confrontation. Big thing from the last episode, too, was the references to Uncle, which I talked a little bit about, and assuming that's Kingpin. I don't know about you guys, but I did go back I probably watched that scene, I don't know how many times, probably at least half a dozen, listening to the audio. I was pretty sure that was Kingpin the first go around, at least from the initial audio, but listen to that laugh. It's got to be Vincent D'Onofrio. But that's awesome. I hope we see him soon. I don't know if it'll be again the next episodes, but that would probably be a great final episode character intro to see him in this series. So again, that just elevates this show even more to have him in it, and looking forward to seeing what happens there. We got an intro to Maya, aka Echo, and her ties to Ronin, how that factors in. Looking forward to episodes 4 through 6, halfway through this series. Still a lot to figure out, to get nailed down as we approach the end of episode 6. But all that being said, really ready to pick this back up. Each episode gets better and better, I feel like. Hoping episode 4 is the same and continue the trajectory that we're on with how the season's gone. And with that being said, let's just jump right into it.
What the heck is going on? And why is there an Avenger in my dining room?
God, you're Archer.
Hawkeye.
Archer! Oh my gosh. He is such a goof.
Are working on a case, and we need to use the bathroom.
Oh, this is going to be awkward. Totally awkward.
See, CB1 has trouble opening up.
Nobody calls me CB1.
I'm just trying.
What is CB1? Oh, Clint Barton. It's like, what is CB1?
Generally just pretty chill. Not like, oh my God, Hawkeye.
Definitely not Joe.
At least not anymore, right?
But you are working together.
Yes.
The eye roll there. He is so uncomfortable sitting there.
To do what's right.
Ooh. I spotted the Ronin sword, just idly sitting over there against the desk or whatever that was.
I mean, she's pretty good at all this, but...
Natasha Romanoff was pretty damn good at it, wasn't she?
Ouch. That was a bit of a low blow. True, but Mom hitting right to the point there. Oh, nice. Now, how did he get that without them seeing? Obviously, the retractable sword comes in handy, but...
He said that his boss, Jack Duquesne, never gives him a day off.
Jack's CEO? You laundering money for the big guy?
It's really interesting. I think I remarked in, was it episode 2? Obviously, Hawkeye had shared his whole Ronin background with her. But the more and more we see them interact, like, she's obviously in on everything. Like, she's got the lingo down. She's speaking Russian here. She knows all the details. She's making contacts for him. It's very cool to see they have that kind of relationship. And I think I'd even mentioned, I don't know if there will be a season 2 of Hawkeye, but I'd love to see a little bit of Mr. and Mrs. Hawkeye action with the two of them working together. That would be fun.
Completely obsessed with Clint Barton ever since the attack.
I mean, do you really blame her? It's like her house blew up and had a big hole in it, and she basically had a front row seat for all that action, and she sees him jumping off a building, shooting arrows, and...
Sounds like a boss already.
Did someone say parties?
Gosh.
Just make sure.
The guy is such a cheeseball. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, the Ron Burgundy comparison fits.
You know what they say. Life is short. You never know what you're going to get.
That's not how it goes. Still can't figure out if he is just a big goofball, like he is literally this big a goofball, or if it's all an act and he's truly, doing something on the back end. But either way.
It's a movie marathon night, right? Check this out. I got movies.
Of course, Disney with the shameless plug there of the Santa Claus.
You sure?
What's on that mug?
Okay, well.
I thought I saw Thanos on that mug. Is that what that said?
Planning's not really my thing. Is he sure that's dry erase?
Oh, God. Who hasn't made that mistake, though, right? And the poor aunt, she's going to come home and this apartment's going to be trashed. It's going to smell like dog, clothes worn, snacks everywhere, missing margaritas, posters messed up.
Fine, live forever without me believing you. I'll just tell every stranger that I see Hawkeye is full of bolts.
Nice. I bet Hawkeye would be good at quarters.
Right, you got it, right?
Oh, not the dog. Come on, this is a skill you got to pick up in college. Right?
It's fine. It's
Look,
not the
it'll
right
be a
time.
good story, I'm sure.
It's just not a good story.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's with Nat, right?
Turns out I was right.
You mean Natasha?
Wow.
It's just a game of managing loss, right?
That was a buzzkill to the party.
God, that must have been devastating.
We're just going to hit every raw emotion he's got right now, aren't we, Kate?
Is that where you met the Ronin?
Come on, say it.
It's you, isn't it?
She does now. But she should. It should be obvious at this point.
So,
Like you made mistakes, but those are behind you.
She still has him up on this pedestal of this idealized version of Hawkeye, and then he continues to share, the real world experience of what he's done, what he's gone through, what it takes to do this. And she just wants to keep pushing and hold him higher to a higher standard than I think he does for himself or should be set to for himself. Oh man, that was a rough scene. Very rough indeed. It did say Thanos. Thanos was right. God, who gets a mug like that?
He's tracked down the trick arrows from our friends the LARPers.
Wait, what?
We get the LARPers again. Awesome. Nice moves, guys. Nice moves.
Lynn? Okay, it's gonna be great. You guys are awesome. Outfits, it's just...
Now, to be fair, you're walking around with a bow and arrow in Central Park, so...
Hey, can I have my gun back?
You're not getting the gun back, dude. You're totally not getting that back.
Here's our guy.
hey,
Grills, baking some cookies.
How about enough materials to make your costumes plus 2 more?
Nice. Are we going to get a Hawkeye and Kate costume out of this from the LARPers? That's perfect. Totally perfect. Oh, there's that watch. What is the deal with this watch? He obviously, there's something about it that he needs, but I cannot figure out why he's got a connection to it.
Prioritize a quick exit over a quick entrance. So when things go sideways, and they usually do, have an exit strategy.
Little teacher-student moment there.
okay, all right.
Oh, God. She totally ditched him and went in there, didn't she? Oh, my goodness. She did. And she's going to walk in the front door?
Can I tell you a secret?
Please don't do this.
I was talking to an Avenger.
I can help you to the
She
door, no
has just got
problem.
to be totally driving Hawkeye nuts. Oh my gosh. Nice.
What was that?
Like strobe lights attached to the wall.
Oh, there's silent alarms, right?
Clint, somebody is taking notes on your family.
What?
That's not good.
That light's an alarm. It's a silent alarm for people that can't hear.
Oh, it's Maya's apartment. Oh!
Maya's on the roof with me.
No, Maya is definitely here.
What? Hey, so who is this? She's getting stuck. That's not good. Oh, it's a widow. It's a black. Oh, it's got to be Elena, right? She's just hanging around. So how is Yelena involved in this? I mean, I knew she was coming back for this series at some point, but... Ouch. And she just pulls it out like it's nothing? There it is. It's totally her.
This has gotten very real, very quickly. So I'm doing this alone.
So much for partners, right?
Go home, Kate. It's over.
And of course, the end of the episode. They gotta leave us hanging until the next one, right? All right, so episode 4 is in the books. One more to go till we get the season finale. This is a good episode. Probably not quite as good as episode 3 in my book. I just enjoyed all the action from episode 3 with the car chase and the escape sequence. This is still good nonetheless. You know, we came into this with so many open storylines, open questions. I don't feel like we answered a single one of those in this episode. Probably only added to the complexity of that, especially with the appearance of Yelena. With so much to wrap up in these last 2 episodes, I don't know how much of this will get figured out. Obviously, a lot of these storylines are interconnected, so it'll make some sense for them to tie together. I'm hoping they don't cram too much in these last 2 episodes and it kind of works out naturally. You know, how much of this leads on to future series and future storylines on Disney Plus or possibly the MCU. I guess we'll have to wait and see, you know, how that all works out. And Yelena showed up. We knew from Marvel she was coming at some point. We didn't know when or how that was going to happen, but she definitely made a big appearance in a big way. We haven't seen her since the end of Black Widow, and she's obviously here for Hawkeye. You know, we don't know if this is strictly personal related for Nat's death, if there's some kind of ulterior motive going on here. How does she factor into this overall story for the series, or does she even factor into that? I don't know how much we'll see of her. Is she going to be kind of a fringe character just popping in to come after Hawkeye? Or are we going to see more of her in these last 2 episodes? You know, there's still a lot to figure out with her character, you know, transitioning over to that Black Widow role. Assuming that's still Marvel's intent, which I hope it is. Florence Pugh's fantastic. I can't imagine they would try and cram that into these last 2 episodes. It just would not make any sense whatsoever. But maybe some things happen through over episodes 5 and 6 that maybe start leading towards that. Maybe for the MCU. I don't think she has her own series coming out that I'm aware of, but maybe we'll see some things happen with her and Hawkeye that maybe start leading towards that. But her being introduced here adds a whole new dynamic to this series going forward. Lots more to figure out with episodes 5 and 6. And we saw a lot more of Kate and Hawkeye's relationship developing in this episode, especially him opening up to her quite a bit. His past, you know, Ronan, Nat's death, him taking on more of that mentor teacher role as opposed to the Avenger kid role, even though that was pretty funny in the first 2 episodes. This is really kind of the main focus of what happened here. It's hilarious how much she gets under his skin. She just does it naturally, whether it's on purpose or by accident, but very amusing to see at various points in this episode. But it's interesting to see the evolution of their relationship through these 4 episodes. You know, for him, Nat was really that work wife character, the person he shared these experiences with, his good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And now to see him doing some of that with Kate, obviously she won't be his work wife, but for him to have that person he can confide in and share similar experiences with is good to see for both their characters and how that's developed, you know, as the series has progressed. So what to expect in episode 5? You know, obviously things got left in a bad way with Kate and Hawkeye after that fight on the rooftop with Echo and Yelena. I would imagine we'll see some kind of reconciliation pretty soon. There's only 2 episodes to go, as I've said. Of Christmas is approaching, so they don't have much time to work things out. But there are so many things up in the air and to nail down at this point. You know, Jack and Eleanor, what's their role in all this? I'm starting to think with Jack, he's just a goof naturally, just based on his actions. Unless this is all act, he does not seem like somebody that's really controlling anything. You know, Eleanor, she's having those covert meetings and phone calls as we saw in this episode. The watch has been found, but we don't know whose it is or why it's important. Echo, Yelena, maybe Kingpin, possibly, hopefully, yes please. Our favorite Truster Bros still need to make another appearance at some point before the series is over. But I'm looking forward to all of it. Thank you again, guys, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And with that, I will see you for episode 5.